Hi, I'm Emma from Success Physio.
I'm Jenna from Belle Movement, and this is Lily, and this is Marley, and they play Net Set Go at Woowee Peninsula Netball Association. And today, Emma and I are going to take you through a few warm-ups that might be useful for your 5 to 10-year-olds when you're playing netball. I'm a netball coach. I'm Marley's coach for her team, the Nesters, and we've got lots of good ideas about fun games to play. And Emma's going to come at it from an exercise physiology and physio perspective.
For any warm-up, it's really important to warm up the entire body. So building up slowly to something like a light intensity aerobic jog, ideally something that will take about 5 to 10 minutes, and really preparing all the joints, warming up all the muscles that will be in play in a game of netball.
So for our Net Set Go kids, our 5 to 10-year-olds, there's nothing more boring than just running around the netball courts to warm up. So I'm going to give you a couple of different games that I like to play with my little ones to get them nice and warm, engaged and ready for training. And I'm going to show you some things that you don't need a lot of equipment for or a lot of space. Okay, so one game that I love to play with my Net Set Go teams to warm up and get running is flip cone. So behind me you'll see we've got 10 cones spread out. You can do this in a big space or you can do it in a small space. One team is going to be flipping the cones upside down and the other team is going to be flipping the cones right side up. We give them a certain amount of time. So it might be 10 seconds, it might be 30 seconds, doesn't really matter, but they've got to run around as quick as they can and flip those cones. All right, girls, we ready to show? Go out to your corners for me. Okay, we're going in 3, 2, and 1. Flip those cones. Got to keep running. So this is really good because obviously it does get them running, but it has them changing direction, which is really important in netball. It has them thinking a little bit about strategy. It gets their heart rate up, gets the blood moving around the body, all of the things that are important when warming up. But as you can see, there's a lot of fun being had here too. All right, girls, we've got it only 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds, 3, 2, 1, freeze. So that's a really good game because the girls are a little bit puffed. You can make it last as long as you need to. You can do it in a small space, in a big space. It's a great warm-up for little kids.
The next important part about a warm-up is mobilising our joints, so moving them through their full ranges of movement, and this is really good in dynamic stretches, so moving through those stretches rather than standing still.
And for little kids, this will look a little bit different. I'll show you some of the strategies that I use to get them mobilised and moving, again using games and fun ways to more so challenge their balance and then get them into some range of motion.
This is one we'd do to warm up ankles, knees and hips. So going into your lunge and hugging that knee in towards chest. The next one, I'm going to warm up the trunk, so we're going to be doing some twisting, adding in some lunges. So a good one to warm up through inner thighs, and that groin area is a side lunge. So coming nice and wide with the feet and then just lunging down like so.
All right, so another good game to get the girls running is Octopus. It's a little bit like Bull Rush and you can add elements to it throughout the game. So the way that it works is there's one person in the middle and then the other players run across the court. If they get tagged, so I'm going to pretend to tag Lily here, tag, you're in, they've got to freeze, and the only way they're allowed to move is using their pivot turns to reach out for their friends. Now, what's good about that is that the kids are running up and back the court. Slowly they stop, but when they do stop, they're practicing a netball skill, which is an important skill within the game. So are we going to show them how we play? Yeah! Okay, all right. So, even if you do only have a small space, like what we have here, girls, can you go stand just here, imaginary line? There. I'm going to be in the first instance. Okay, got to be careful of those mirrors though.
You say octopus?
Yes. So to start the game, we say octopus. Wait. Ready, steady, octopus. Oh no, I'm over here. Okay, so I let them through this time. Okay, you've got to come in a bit closer. Ready, steady, octopus. Tag. Okay, she's stuck. Now, Lil, how are you allowed to move in this game? You're only allowed to do your pivot turns to get the other person. Now, I'm allowed to keep moving. Marley. Ready, steady, octopus. Which way are you going to go? Oh, she's got around me. Well done, girls. So as you can see, it's a great way to get them running, changing directions. Obviously, with more players, it's a little bit better, but Lily had to use that reach that we do know is really important in netball and her pivot. So octopus is another really good way to get the kids moving and warmed up.
To make sure the hands and wrists are prepared for throwing and catching in the game, we do want to make sure they're nice and warm and mobilised. So some simple wrist actions include some circles and also some flexion and extension of the wrist, just like so. Before we get into specific ball handling exercises, we do want to make sure our shoulders are warm. So 2 simple exercises we can do: circles with the arms, going all the way around, reversing that direction, and then we can also do the swimmer going back and down.
Okay, so another thing that's really important when warming up for netball is warming up your hands, getting ready to catch and throw a ball. And another thing with the kids is ball handling skills. They cannot hold the ball enough. Like, I can't stress that to you enough. The ball in the hand is always a great thing. So there's a few little things that I like to do with the girls to get their hands ready. And sometimes they nail it, sometimes they don't, sometimes they drop it, and that's kind of part of it. Okay, girls, you ready? Yeah. All right, Marley, you're going to stand here, and Lily, you're going to stand here. And we're going to try, if we can, one hand, hold it in one hand, hold it still. Oop, oh, we lost one. Quick, grab it. And then hold it in the other hand. Can you hold it still? Oh, it's going a bit crazy over there. And then in the other hand. And then in the other hand. And then I want you to see if you can go between your hands. Oh, see if you can go between your hands. Little flicks, little flicks, little flicks. And hold it still. Okay, so with ball handling, we like to do our little flicks between our fingers, like what we were just doing before. And one of the things that I always say to the kids is if we drop it, we want to get into the habit of chasing it down and bringing it in really quick, yeah? So let's do those little flicks again. And if we drop it, what are we going to do? Get it really fast. Oh no, quick, pull it in. That's it. Okay, keep going. Oh, quick, pull it in. That's it. Nice. So we want them to be chasing that ball down every time. Now, we're going to try and put that ball around behind our back. Can you do it? Yeah. Hide it. Now bring it to the front. Oh, quick, pick it up, pull it in, pull it in. Good. Try again. Around and around and around. Now, if you drop it, what have we got to do? Quick, pull it in, pull it in. Good. What about through our legs? Could we do it through our legs? Ooh, that one's a bit harder. Quick, pull it in. Ah, balls everywhere. That's it. Oh, Marley. So with this one, it's about getting that ball through the legs, holding it nice and tight and pulling it in if you do lose it. All right, now we're going to do little bounces on the ground. Can we do little bounces? But grab it each time. Yeah? Grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. Every time. So we want to, and if it rolls away from us, what are we going to do? Quick, pull it in. That's it, pull it in. Good. All right. So with ball handling, we want to get throwing and catching pretty quickly. Don't sit on that. Okay. We're going to get into throwing and catching. Get those hands ready to play a game. So when we're doing our throwing, show me your catching hands, Lil. Butterfly hands. All right, and one good thing I get the kids in the habit is to say the name of where the ball's going. So it's not a shock, and it often what happens is if they don't know it's coming, they close their eyes and they don't look for the ball. All right, so you ready? Lily. Good catch.
Mommy.
That's it. Lily.
Mommy.
Good. Lily.
Mommy.
Good. Now, I'm going to throw it to you, and when you throw it away, I want you to come and run a circle around me. Can you do that? All right, Lily. One more. Ooh. Good girl. All right, so ball handling with your kids, it depends where they're up to, where their throwing and catching is at. With Lily, I was just showing you a throw, catch and clear out. That's really good. You can change that up. You can get the runner to do side steps, butt kicks, high knees when they're doing that. So we're combining all the different types of the warm-up. So getting that blood flowing, but getting your ball skills up to speed as you get ready to play.